And we are live. Welcome back, everyone. Isyour6 covered. Appreciate you showing up. We have such a special guest that I didn't even know I had a special guest coming. So it's going to be pretty
We actually have two special
guests. We
have
two special guests. Yeah, one's kind of
So it's going to be an exciting show. One you guys haven't seen in about a year.
Yep.
And the other one is world-class shooter. World-class shooter.
See?
So I'm not seeing anything in the chats. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this
I need to get
up
this
and running.
here. Let's see. Pop out chat.
Am I ready?
All right. Why is it doing this?
I don't know.
Every time.
Even Eagle Eye said, "What the heck?
What the who the what the?" All right.
All right. Start getting chats in here.
Let's see. We got Eagle Eye in the house. We got Willard's out there. Chris Estes. Actually, Willard's shooting a 3-gun with us tomorrow, right?
Yes, he is.
Yes,
we were training for that all day today with our good friend Brandon.
That's right. You guys have seen Brandon, and I believe it was a live chat you did. Correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So we're gonna have fun with that, and we're gonna talk a little bit about 3-gun, but we also have special guest.
Yeah,
another special guest.
We'll go ahead and introduce him, and I'm going to get out of this seat. That way Rick can start talking to him. But we have special guest John Shue. John Shue, if you guys know who he is, he shot for the Marine Corps pistol team. Was a bullseye shooter. Has 2 national championships, NRA national championships. And John, I actually shot against him in the World Championships back in 2014.
And what happened?
And he beat me. He came in 2nd place. I came in 3rd, and he took my $1,000.
I know.
But he earned it. He didn't take it. He earned it.
He earned it.
And that was in the modified Camp Perry.
You guys remember how close that was?
It was. I think it was 1 point. It was 1 point.
1 point.
Yeah, on that. I don't remember, but we tried to pull it up. The practice score doesn't catalog those for that long.
All right.
They go ahead and archive them.
Well, before we get started, let's give our sponsor a shout out. So we got Vortex Optics. Go to vortexoptics.com where you guys can find some great optics, spotting scopes, and all sorts of good magic stuff.
Pop out.
So I know I'm going to fix that here in a minute, but let's get started. We have John Shue. So John Shue, haven't seen my friend. I met him literally 15 minutes ago. So before we do that, I always go out and I always say hi to everybody that's out there. So appreciate you showing up. We got Johnny Wad, Chris Estes, 45 Auto Jagaki, Cameron Fleet, Martinet, Drew Bradley, Robert Warren, Tim Rink, and a lot of times they'll ask questions in here. We haven't really talked about a topic yet, so they'll be questions. 80 Baja Mano 018. John Kreiderman, what's up? Oh, the famous Mr. Silver is in the house.
Silver Fox.
MX J23, Andrew Amore, Hold Left Edge and Senate. What's up, Charles? Mike 21 STI, Eagle Eye Shooting. Who else do we got? We got Tommy. What's up, Tommy Weeks? Otter's out there from Iceland. We got a lot of people from all over the country. So you'll probably see a tree feller. He's from Australia. I don't know if he's joined in yet or not. Richard Arthur. We got Dale. And the list goes on. And the Shaggy Rifleman 45 Auto. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, John, I mean, you have a list of magicness that I've never seen before. What would you say? Well, let's do a rundown. I think it'd be easier if you just started saying. So, what's some of your top ones that you've been able to do?
Well, I started off in the Marine Corps, so most of my start was winning Marine Corps championships. Either pistol or rifle, we call the Lockheimer, which is an aggregate of the two. I have 3 of those. I have 1, and I have.
And you have 3.
Yeah, 3 of them. But that's how I got started in the Marine Corps, and then just continued on shooting bullseye for Cabot Guns. That's my main sponsor. They build. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Super high-end pistols.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and plug your sponsor since you're on here? They might see them.
Yeah, check out Cabot Guns. They're out of Pennsylvania, and they make the world's finest 1911s. I mean, I can't even describe how some of these pistols are made out of meteorite. They have a true left-hand and right-hand set meteorite called the Big Bang.
I have not heard much about that.
I think it's still for sale for $4.5 million.
So just
about
the price of a Glock.
Yeah, I think about the price of 100,000 Glocks.
Yeah.
No, they do stuff that's extremely high end. They make stuff out of fossils. They make, front sights out of diamonds.
Now, what do you shoot at?
I shoot one of their deluxe customs. That's basically just a really, really nice finished gun. Holds about 1.5 inches at 50 yards. It's a setup for a bullseye gun.
Okay, so
it's a work gun. It's not something that you put on a shelf and
it's a tool.
It is a tool.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful tool.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. So like if you wanted to go ahead.
So compared to an Infinity, because I shoot an Infinity. Actually, it's not even on the wall up there. It's upstairs because we were shooting 3-gun. But what would you say?
In Infinity.
Because I always thought of that as like the Ferrari of pistols.
They are. So think of Cabot as, let's say, I would even say like something like a Tesla, where they're doing stuff that Infinity has a very specific purpose. They build race guns.
Yep.
They build very, very specific purpose-built guns. Cabot doesn't do anything specific other than build extremely high-quality pistols. So they don't have a set, say like, oh, we're going to build bullseyes, we're going to build race guns, we're going to build carry guns, we're going to build this and that. They have their genre it has no bounds on it. So if you wanted, like I said, if you wanted a diamond in your front sight, do it. If you want Otto Carter to engrave.
So they do some just straight up custom stuff.
Custom stuff. Otto Carter did one a couple years back for them, and he engraved the bullets. Like each bullet was engraved, and it was a work of art.
Wow.
It was incredible. Gold inlay. It had fossil grips on it. It was incredible. Meteorite trigger. It was stuff like I said. I'm not to say that Infinity can't do it, but Infinity doesn't do it because their niche is somewhere else. They're going to build $10,000, $20,000 race guns.
Can you make whatever that means? Infinity
doesn't do bullseye. Actually, they do. They did do a bullseye gun back in the day. Actually, my good friend Keith Sanderson.
Is that what it equals with the line is? Because I'm 50 years
yeah.
old and I barely made math. It's not equal.
Yeah,
does not equal.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not equal too.
Yeah,
okay.
they got away from it, but when Keith Sanderson, like a good friend of mine, he's an Olympic shooter, just got into some issues with that whole.
Anyways.
Anything that he did, and when he was working with it, they built a bullseye gun. And it was a 2011. It wasn't a traditional single stack 1911. It was a 2011.
Well, let's spend a couple minutes into bullseye. Now, obviously, the people watching, they're assuming you're aiming at a bullseye. But what distance? What are you looking for? Is it indoor, outdoor? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. All right.
So, give it. And then probably some of the viewers out there don't have an idea of how it works.
So traditional or conventional bullseye, whether it be NRA or CMP, is shot both indoors and outdoors. The reason you shoot indoors is because generally you don't have a place to shoot outdoors, so you have a very confined space, i.e. 25
or it's
25 yards.
It's 12 months out of the year has snow or something.
Right.
Okay.
Especially up in Michigan where they have a lot of snow. And it's very cold outside, -40 or whatever it is, or Minnesota where it's basically hot.
So you were at a match when you met somebody.
Yeah, but so you shoot 25 yards. That's the short line, and then 50 yards for slow fire. And you shoot on a B8 target, NRA qualification target.
Now, is this the one? Sorry to interrupt. Is because I've seen a lot of Olympic shooting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the one where they're sideways, one-handed with the
yes,
little blockers?
Yes.
Or is it two hands?
No, the rules dictate you have to shoot one-handed, unsupported.
That's why it's called a handgun.
It's called a handgun, not a hands gun.
Oh, we got a guy in the background.
Yeah,
just so you guys
peanut
know.
gallery in the background.
We got a peanut gallery.
But no, it's shot like unsupported. And the only thing that's the beautiful part about it is I think it's one of the hardest sports, or it is the hardest sport. I know a lot of people get beat up for that, but you don't have a sling, you don't have a bipod, you don't have
I can see what you're saying.
2 points of contact. It's just you, your eye, and your trigger finger, and a lot of dry fire. So it's a very difficult sport. If you look back at the Olympics and you say, look at the rifle, even small bore or air rifle. Someone shot a perfect score. in those disciplines. Someone's actually shot a perfect score in rapid fire before. It wasn't in the Olympics; it was during an international competition. But so if you look at the king of all kings, shooting wise, is free pistol, shot 50 meters as opposed to 50 yards. But everything is based off of that sport. No one has ever shot in a perfect score. So ever in practice.
Okay.
And you can go out, and then I know you can't really shoot a perfect score in 3-gun. People are going to argue that point. But you know, the Daniels and you know, the Jerry Micklicks and your, you know, guys of that nature, they can go out there and they can, if you give them 10 times, they're gonna hammer that stage out. Pretty well close to being perfect.
Yeah. You got some beard envy out there, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Well, we've been on the road all day, so it's a
little shaggy.
A little shaggy. Yeah.
All right. So we know you can shoot a pistol very well. We know that, well, through talking upstairs, you definitely are a rifleman as well.
I'm distinguished in rifle as well, courtesy of the Marine Corps. They gave me that. It was kind of one of those things where once I became distinguished, that was never a goal of mine to be. I mean, it was a goal of mine, but it was never to be just to continue on with the shooting rifle. It was always to continue on shooting pistol, whether it be 2 hands or 1 hand, USPSA or bullseye. And so I haven't picked up a gun in a while, but I can still shoot a rifle pretty well.
Yeah.
So you were in the presence of a double distinguished?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That's pretty.
You have to sign the wall, by the way.
Okay.
If you make it into the let's see, what is DW? One of the guys out there, he calls it the global. Isyour6covered global headquarters. That's what this is right here.
Now you might not know this right off the top of your head, but getting distinguished in a certain discipline is extremely difficult. It's a very small amount of people.
Very
to be double distinguished in the world, how many people are there?
I know in the Marine Corps there's about 14 to 1,500. I think my number was no, I take it back. Not that many. My number was like 444 for double distinguished.
Okay.
So 440.
So that, yeah, it was somewhere around the 1,400 for pistol. And then when they said double distinguished, it was like 444.
That's awesome.
That's congrats.
And most of the double distinguished guys were in the Marine Corps. A lot of your even guys on the AMU that, I mean, hammer. No. They're very like their job is to do that and do that only, and they do it very well.
They do it well, and they always take the trophies home because I see them take.
They do.
They show up and each one of them shoots a different something just so that they can walk away with like 98% of the trophies.
And most of the guys that are you know multidisciplined on AMU, well, down there at AMU, and like I said, they're both good on both guns.
I met a few of them. They're really nice.
Yeah.
And damn good shooters.
They're extremely good shooters. Yeah. Well, it's your job.
No,
kind of easy
sure.
to do.
When they say here's all the ammo.
Here's all the ammo. Here's the best equipment. The best armors.
Go do well or don't come back. 200 push-ups.
Each. No, you just don't have a job.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if you don't maintain your level of.
Then you go back to scrubbing tools.
Yeah, that's right. You go back to conventional armor.
Yeah. Okay. So out of all the disciplines, and all the matches, and all the trophies, and who knows what is your most favorite? What is the one that, like, if you could only say you had accomplished one goal, what would that one be?
I don't know if it's necessarily.
I know you had a huge list of them on the board there.
Yeah, I mean, there's honestly, Brandon's probably seen my trophy case at the house, and I had, delusions of grandeur. At first, I had these 2 huge trophy cases, and I had, like one thing in them, when I first started, right?
Now you got no room.
And now, there's no room. I just stack them. I just put them in there.
Actually, the reason why you're here it was to pick up 2 trophies.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. For nationals.
For nationals. So,
but no, so when I first started out shooting on the Marine Corps team, I got picked up, and I got picked up for the summer team, and we were shooting inter-service pistol. And if anyone shoots or has ever shot inter-service, Probably inter service.
What is that?
Inter service is where all the services come together and they shoot. It used to be at in Arkansas, now it's at Fort Benning.
So like,
so the Coast Guard, Air Force,
everybody from all
the branches,
okay.
They all have shooting teams.
And then whoever wins gets to talk the most smack
absolutely,
for that whole year.
Absolutely, and it's usually the AMU for the last about 10 years, 10, 15 years. Has been
oh man, so you guys,
yeah,
they've all been hunting for him.
That's right, that's right. And so but the EIC, which is excellence in competition, how you become distinct. For a gold medal, it's 10 points. Silver medal is 8 points, and a bronze is 6 points. And they only give out probably 3 or 4 in inter service for pistol, and same thing with rifle. Well, usually there's a lot more for rifle. But those 2 matches, the inter service rifle EIC match and the inter service pistol EIC match, are by far the hardest to leg at, because you have the best of the best. That their job is to shoot. Yeah. You know, they don't have a 9 to 5. They're 9 to 5.
Slackers.
There are no slackers there. So if you medal at one of those matches, you've done something. Yeah. You've really done something. And that was I believe it was my second medal. It was a bronze medal. I didn't get a gold. It was a bronze medal. Actually two guys that finished in front of me they're national champions now. So we're all kind of that class of new.
What's cool about bronze is you can kind of say it's just tarnished. This is a gold.
But after you won a lot of golds, you know.
Yeah.
The difference between.
Well, no, like people that don't know, like I wouldn't know. I'll be like, oh, nice gold medal. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. But no, that was probably one of my all time.
That's amazing.
Because it was like, I wasn't good.
Keep going.
Yeah,
I got something else you guys got to hear. This is freaking.
I wasn't good, so but I was. I really was. I really wanted to do well.
Super lucky.
Yeah. It's better to be lucky than to be good. That's what Jerry says all the time. That's what Jerry says all the time.
Okay, this I heard just a few minutes ago. So, tell us about F-class shooting.
Oh,
since this is blowing my mind away. Go ahead.
So, I believe it was the second year of the World Shoots. I think it was the second year of the World Shoots.
Yeah.
And it was the first year at the Trigicon had taken over the sponsorship for the NRA World Shoots.
So this isn't a local match.
No.
This is the world.
This had. I mean, you name a shooter, and they were there. I mean.
Okay, I'm just trying to.
Jerry
I'm trying to get these guys
Greg
to
Jordan,
understand what's
Bruce
going on.
Pyatt, the top of everyone's discipline was there. I mean, there was a 2-time. What do they call it? What's the cowboy action? Well, I can't remember what the discipline is called. There was a 2-time national champion for cowboy action. A couple of guys from Top Shot, Kelly. What is his last name? I can't remember his last name, but he was there. He was an F-class world champion. So he had all of these great
in shooters. Every discipline.
In every discipline. So yeah,
shooting.
So I mean, like I said, you could go off a list and name a bunch of them. And I mean, I knew how to line sights and squeeze a trigger, so I won that F-class match, and I never had shot F-class ever in my life. And luckily, they give you a couple sighter rounds. So my, you couldn't dial. So like if you hold center and wherever you hit. Well, I just offset aim or Kentucky one is what you call it.
So don't talk. Oh
yeah. Because it's not. It's offset aim. But you couldn't.
My face is getting red.
Yeah, you couldn't dial. You couldn't touch the dials on your gun. So you just had to, offset aim.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I know where to hold now, and so I think I beat.
Simple.
I think I beat Kelly by like 2 X's or something like that. It wasn't a perfect score. It was like 99 or 98.
Now, not knowing exactly what takes place during this thing, do they pick a certain amount of disciplines and then those people have to shoot all those disciplines?
So the World Shoot,
how does that work?
What the World Shoot was is I think it was 12 different disciplines, and they were highly modified. Like my sport, NRA Bullseye, you shoot at 50 yards one-handed, and so they had like a 25-yard modified course.
Okay.
The F class was you're supposed to shoot 1,000 yards. They had this at 500 yards, but on reduced targets because to emulate 1,000 yards. They had PRS. They had USPSA, 3-gun ton, rimfire.
Sporting place, trap,
skeet. Olympic 5 stand was there. cowboy action.
That's cool.
Whatever the NRA.
Now, how do you get in that?
You pay your money and show up.
And you bring no guns.
You bring no guns.
They
You can't-
provide
you can't bring
everything.
any guns.
Nice.
There was 1 year that they tried.
Wait, so there's a knucklehead like me could show up if I paid my money.
Yep.
And then I get to shoot those 12 disciplines and look like an idiot and drive home.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
It's
That is
great.
cool.
It's cool.
That is
That's great.
that's cool. I think I want to do that.
Yeah. No, there was 1 year that they tried to let people bring their own guns, and it didn't really work.
Yeah.
Because
that wouldn't make it fair.
the thing is, you had to bring 12 different disciplines guns.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's not like you can bring just one gun, like in tree gun, you got rifle, pistol, shotgun. That AR is probably not going to reach 1,000 yards.
So how much three gun have you shot?
I shot some when I was on the Marine Corps team.
Okay.
When we had our off schedule or when we were out, we shot a little bit.
So like we got Brandon. So he comes all the way down from wherever.
You can go ahead and get in the back there.
And,
Just
so-
stand there. It's good.
so
you,
he's-
can, you can come sit.
He's
on my lap.
already
That's right.
he's a great pistol shooter. You already know that.
Yeah, he's pretty decent.
For those that don't know
see that?
Brandon, you
He
might
was-
want to introduce him.
So if you guys don't know, this is Brandon. Brandon, do you have any like gold medals or what do you got?
No, I don't have anything.
Come
I'm
on.
a loser.
You filled my magazine.
Well, yeah, there was that one time.
I can't believe you're not wearing
One
my
time I
hat.
got to fill his mag, and you gave me a hat one time. So yeah,
I need to go with the Vortex hat. Where's my Vortex hat?
I don't have a Vortex hat. This one's a Microtech hat with sweat marks on it.
Speaking of Microtech, you got a Microtech today, didn't you, Brandon?
Oh, you can't have that one. That one's already sold.
oh, all right.
It's probably not sold now because
Yeah,
it's already been. Just quit touching shit, all right?
I did. I got a micro.
All right, so today was your first day. We had a great instructor,
I don't have one.
Mr. Ray Mundo,
Mhm.
and you got to shoot some three gun at a really cool facility.
Before a match tomorrow.
Heavily
Before a match
modified.
tomorrow.
Heavily modified.
Heavily modified 3-gun.
So what do you think?
I modified it. Like any 3-gun shooter would not have thought what I did was 3-gun. Yeah.
But they're pretending you were shooting three gun
Yes.
for a match tomorrow that you're supposed to be shooting three gun. Like, how do you think you did?
Terrible.
What killed you the most?
Shotgun.
What about you? What's your worst thing out of the three gun? When was the last time you shot three gun? Mine was a year ago.
World shoot 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but let's be.
What's the
be
worst?
fair. When's the last time I shot?
2013.
See, that's your fault.
See, you used to shoot a
That's
lot.
your fault. So,
So-
like, you didn't even blame
Yeah.
blame it on
So-
yourself. There.
So you guys don't know, this guy's being all weird and stuff, but he used to be a shooter for a certain company. Right?
Yeah,
We can
I
leave
shot-
it at that, or more, or I don't know what you can say.
Well,
Can't
I
say.
shot with Team Pardini. I shot international stuff. I shot bullseye stuff.
Not very well.
Not very well.
See, this is the best part. So these two guys are friends, right? or they were till this thing's over with. But Brandon's staying at the house, and then you come over, and it was just fun. And now these two guys have been,
He transports my trophies for me.
yeah, he dropped trophies off.
What
He's
bad
a
words am
trophy
I
caddy.
allowed? What bad words am I allowed to say right now? I was nice enough to
He was.
go pick up his trophies that he had because he came and stayed at my house after the NRA
Nationals, yeah.
championships. And
Very hospitable, beautiful house.
Yeah, thank
Beautiful.
you, thank you. That's why I don't shoot anymore.
That you can't, if you can't afford anything after that house, Jesus.
So yeah, so that and 2 kids and everything else. So,
Yeah, so he's a trooper. So when you guys always hear us say sign up, just sign up for a match and go do it kind of deal. We actually talk Brandon into just going and
so
just shoot it. Who
They
cares?
talked me into coming down tomorrow. We're gonna shoot. I'm shooting none of my gear. Nothing.
Nothing. Oh, we got
But at least I'm giving you decent stuff.
No,
Yeah, you're-
it's good stuff.
Yeah,
it's
you're
just stuff
top
that I've
quality.
never shot. Right, like so. It's gonna be fun.
It has
And I'm-
sights and a trigger, right?
Yeah,
That's all you need.
That's what I said. I was like, hey, we'll do it. Let's go.
No, the last thing you said was, I want one of these shotguns. Can we
No,
keep
Yeah,
getting
he
one?
was trying to steal one of our shotguns.
Yeah,
You shoot
I'm
tac
bored.
optics, or you shoot-
Tack off.
Yeah,
Tac
tac
ops,
ops.
tac ops, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know anything.
He's gonna
about
have a good
that.
time. I want to put some video up so you can see it later. It's gonna be
That'll
good
be
stuff.
dope.
Actually, we got a
That'll be awesome.
cameraman, Mr. Matt P, is doing the camera work tomorrow. So remind me, I got to grab the tripod for the camera.
Yeah, I'll make sure to remind you. Yeah, I'll be excited about
So that'll
that.
be fun.
Movements. Do your movements. Check your.
I'm good at movements.
Really?
No.
Pistol, actually, he shot well with the pistol.
No, but you should. I mean, you shot USPSA.
Yeah, so he used to rock USPSA, but
Yeah, no.
shotgun. Yeah, that's another story.
That's right. Are you faster with shotgun or pistol?
Pistol.
Okay.
Well, but only because of how to manipulate the shotgun, right? So
Well, you can quad load or.
yeah, I haven't done any of that stuff.
No, we
So,
just
like,
have to go doubles.
Yeah,
That's
just
it.
doubles.
Yeah, so yeah, today we just did doubles. And
Weak or strong?
I still mucked that up, right?
Strong hand relay.
So yeah,
No,
No, we can't. That's right. We can't on that.
yeah, we went weekend on me with the shotgun.
it's gonna be fun.
No, it's gonna be
Yes.
fun. Yeah.
It's
But
gonna be fun.
see, that it doesn't matter because if you have a good plan on your
It's gonna
your
go
stage,
away with
Yeah.
Nice.
In my head, dude, that plan was awesome.
What
my plan?
What?
We introduced him to a spinner today too.
Oh.
I never shot one.
We're all-
What the heck
we're all-
is that thing?
We're all, yeah, just hit the spinner. He's like, what? Because there's a
Yeah,
bunch
and
of-
then
you know, which
and
one's a spinner? Or like, oh no.
And he did it in typical X-ring fashion. He's like, all right, I want you to shoot the spinner. The best way to do it is shoot the bottom one a couple of times and then shoot the top one, and your goal is to just spin it over. Here's your magazine.
Yeah, that's all you need.
With a
Go.
pistol, 9mm.
And go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's like, hey, that was funny.
Yeah, he did. He was mean.
Yeah, no.
I had to put up with that for the last 6-7 years.
Hey, that's how you get better. You don't know what you don't know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I hear that.
So
all
I
the
didn't
time.
know anything about was it Benelli M2?
Yeah.
Is that what I was shooting? Yeah.
Yeah.
So my experience with a shotgun for the most part is a Remington 870.
Good old pump.
Yeah, good old pump.
Hey.
This doesn't, you don't pump this.
I guarantee you that Jerry Micklet could not run you with a pump, and you can use a fully automatic gun.
I think just about anybody could have been running to that.
So,
I think.
it's how you manipulate.
Yeah,
It's how you
yeah.
manipulate.
Yeah.
I mean, and Brian Nelson.
Yeah, Brian Nelson.
Another
Oh,
good,
yeah,
another good
yeah.
guy. He can
Brian's
probably run.
solid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he
a
can
solid
outrun
shooter.
you about any platform.
I'm there to have fun.
I think Brian, yeah.
You know why? Because Ray always says we're just there to have fun.
That's right. Absolutely.
And I'm actually literally there just to have fun. He tries to ninja mind trick you, like, oh, I'm just here to have fun, but he has
We
other,
all say that.
he has other
We're here
plans.
to have fun.
He has other plans of like trying to win. So
Right.
see, and he never told me the other part. I just say I'm just here to have fun, but I'm gonna win or try to win. See, he never gave me that last section of the sentence. Like I just was always there to have fun. Yeah, I thought I was doing good. I'm like, yeah, I had fun. Like, yeah, I won, right?
That's a win.
That's a win. That's a win.
I always say is like it's better to shoot than get shot at. So
You know what? That's what I always say. I say we're not getting shot at.
that's right.
That's it.
Don't see why they wouldn't switch over to 6.5 Creedmoor.
Yeah, there were some questions on the board about the Marines switching to the 6.5 Creed.
Oh, maybe.
For long range,
Yes.
I mean,
How many questions on there?
it's a
like-
really, really good round, guys. It's a really
Because
good
I'm
round.
noticing for the first time that my beard doesn't look as good.
You
as
don't
I
have
thought.
to. You don't have to do much.
Yeah, your beard doesn't look as
Yeah,
good as
it
his.
doesn't look nearly as good as I thought it did.
And I don't know why it's
Camera.
chatting up like this. This is stupid. Maybe Ray can do the old.
I don't know. That's what I've been looking
Are
at.
you on the phone?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
been trying to follow it.
So, what else is going on? What plans are you working on right now?
I'm
Do
working
you got
on-
anything
What's your
competition-wise coming
talk
up?
about your day job?
Yeah, look.
Talk about your day job. Put a plug in for yourself.
So I build 2011s and 1911s.
Really?
For a living. Yeah. I have a small little machine shop in North Carolina. And I have some used cars if anyone wants like some.
Like, do you melt them down and turn them into like 2011s? Or
Yeah.
Like, why do you have used cars?
Great idea.
Yes.
There you go.
I could turn it out. Hi, babe.
Is there any special person you might want to thank?
Yeah. My beautiful, lovely girlfriend over there.
There you go. Okay. Yeah.
But no, she.
Oh.
It was. She's had some. Some-
What are people wanting when they order something from you?
A lot of guys are wanting 2011s now.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you?
I mean, right? You can hold twice as many
Yeah.
rounds. And to be honest, I mean, you can build a 2011 just as accurate as you can a single stack. Nowadays it used to be like that. Guys would want 2011s that was, we have to have, it's got to function. I don't care about accuracy. I'm sorry.
I don't care about accuracy.
Yeah, but you wouldn't believe how many people are like, I don't care how accurate it is. Just make it shoot. I'm like, that's stupid.
Yeah, you know what? Get out of my damn.
That's right.
Doors over there.
That's right.
Off
That's
with
right.
you go.
That's right. I was like, no. So
Now there still is stuff where you have to have a single stack, right? Pistol.
yeah.
arena?
So like in most of your as issued matches.
Okay. So there still is the need to have that.
Yeah, all your CMP, which is service gun, has the
Okay.
emulated service gun. Especially if you're going to shoot a 1911. I mean, you can shoot a Beretta if you want to, but
no. I've seen Jackie Chan just rip that apart.
yeah. Well, I mean, the Marine Corps and the AMU build some really, really accurate. I mean, stupid accurate, less than an inch at 50 yards on Berettas.
Yeah, but is Jackie Chan around?
No.
See,
no.
you never.
Well, I mean, I don't know. He's
you never know when that little
semi-Chinese,
ninja might show up and
Yeah.
like rip your gun apart. Like ever since I said I'm not owning one of those ever.
They're just a maintenance hog. They don't last as long as traditional knife.
So what's some of the tricks and trades? Not to give away like secrets and stuff, but like when you're building a 2011, what are some of the things that you see other companies not doing that they should be doing?
There's a lot of good companies out there that are doing the right thing, and there's a lot of companies that are doing like I don't even know why you're in business. Like, why would you make something like that?
I think I've shot a couple of those.
Yeah. Barrel fit is horrendous. Slide stop pin, horrendous. You name it. Springfield. I know that this is going to sound terrible, but Springfield actually builds a really, really good pistol out of the box for the money.
Okay.
They build a really good, manufacturing wise, everything's pretty good.
Yeah.
Fit
and finish kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, fit and finish is shit, but
Okay.
compared to a custom gun, I mean, we're talking the realm.
We're apples and oranges.
Apples and oranges, but as far as like if you wanted to get into shooting bullseye or something like that, probably range officer. Devil Dog Arms actually builds a pretty good gun. I don't know if you've heard of them. They build pretty good single stack 1911s for the money, for entry level stuff. I mean, if you're
now,
go ahead.
Are you buying like a lot of companies that I won't say? They buy like portions from like say what used to be STI or Infinity frame stuff and different things, and then doing their kind of style and fit and finishy.
It is.
Like,
I mean,
how's that work? Are you doing the whole damn thing? Or
no, as far as the manufacturing, certain parts I do manufacture in house. Slide stop pin, grip safety, safety. But as far as like your slide and frame, there are companies out there that make really, really good slide and frames. I like Nighthawk. Nighthawk builds a very, very good pistol. We have our own variant with Nighthawk, so we have.
Gotcha. They're the one they make for you, basically, right?
Right.
Am I saying that
And
right?
so we get some slides that are pretty much bare. They're the slab slide. And we put our own serrations, sight cut, whatever the customer desires. It's easier because I only build custom guns. I don't build, rack rate off the shelf stuff. Yeah. So it's every gun is unique, and I like it like that. It's not. Yeah.
You're making.
It's not a monotonous.
It's art. It's not.
Yep.
I just put the pieces together and here you go, kind of thing.
Right.
No,
we're
awesome.
Cabot and I are working on a gun right now. They were. Probably gonna get myself in a little bit of trouble here.
You probably are.
Well, then don't.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
No. It's
we got 382,000 people watching right now, so be careful.
So
I'm totally lying, but
yeah. So when Katrina and I were at Camp Perry, they're tearing up some of the railroad track there, and they're putting in dumpsters.
Oh snap!
So
I already know where this is going.
So I got some of the spikes that hold down the track, gave them to Cabot, and they're gonna make me Damascus slide and frame, and so I'm gonna have I think where I'm trying to get them for the whole team, because we have four guys that shoot for Cabot, and we're coming up on our 3 years of getting new guns. Every 3 years we get new guns because they wear and tear. They're like anything else. Yeah. And so they're gonna make us Damascus.
That's gonna be badass.
Out of Camp Perry metal. I mean, I think that's pretty cool to shoot at bulls. And then Camp Perry is synonymous with.
And you can call it a rail gun too.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can call it a rail.
You can totally call it a rail gun.
That's right. But stuff like that, like that's not a normal. That's not a normal.
I love. Right now we have people watching, which is weird because it's usually just Knucklehead and me. Well, Knucklehead 1 and 2. But yeah, this is kind of cool. Yeah, this is kind of weird.
But you get to work on stuff that, I mean,
Yeah,
that's not a normal.
that's cool.
It's not a normal project.
What's starting price on a
Yeah.
custom gun?
From
average.
Cabot or myself?
Yourself.
I start at 33 to 3,500 depending on what type of rail you want on top of it, or if you want a bullseye gun at all. 2011 start at $4,000.
Okay.
Cabot's a little bit more pricey, but then again, they're making stuff that
I gotta shoot one. So you're in North Carolina.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna have to meet up one day and shoot one of these cool pistols.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, I my property. You can shoot pretty much anything you want to there. Shoot grounds.
Awesome. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Really cool. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what that Damascus looks like when you're all done with it.
It's going to be awesome. I think it is. I think it's really cool. Especially, like I said, there's a lot of history there. Camp Perry has been there since late 1800s.
Yeah.
And all of the national matches have been shot there.
That's really cool. Yeah,
So,
Camp
I mean,
Perry, I don't know if anybody doesn't know.
Yeah, Camp Perry is synonymous with bullseye.
Yeah.
And to build a bullseye pistol out of that, I think it'd be cool.
I'm gonna go to the student audience out here and see if they have any questions. I'm gonna be like Jerry Springer.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk around. I'm just kidding. You guys got any questions?
Well, there's 15, 16 people here.
You got to shoot a pretty cool rifle, that is what Brandon was saying.
Yeah, you want to talk about that rifle?
Oh, that's that special one.
Yeah, the custom one.
We'll just call it the Agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's.
Call it whatever you want. You're making up all kinds of weird things.
No, so we gotta. I gotta do some editing before I can put the video out. But it was a lot of fun. Know that having fun with kids' rifles, and a bunch of grown-ass old men shooting them can be a lot of fun. We had a good time today with some crickets. Cricket, and it was an awesome little cricket bat.
Precision cricket.
Precision cricket. For those of you that haven't seen the video because it's not out yet.
One-handed.
But it was a lot of fun trying to get our finger into the freaking. It was tough, but that and the 48-pound trigger. But other than that, it was fun. We had a good time shooting, positional shooting, and all sorts of stuff with it. So we set up a little mini PRS match with the old cricket.
All right, that sounds cool.
But it was fun. It was fun.
Thank you for the sweet tea, though.
Hey, of course, I always have sweet tea around here somewhere. What else we got? I'm just excited to see Brandon step up to the plate and shoot a 3-gun.
And he finally got his voodoo together and shot it.
Oh yeah, you got to tell us about this.
So
So you brought a few lots of different stuff, and tested some ammo, and some shot really well. I think SK shot well.
Ammos we're going to keep secret.
Yeah. No, but the SK shot well.
SK shot well.
Yeah, it shot well.
The Ely target actually shot.
Actually, out of your rifle, it's a 20-inch. It's MTU Contour 90-degree Voodoo. That shot really well.
Barrel.
With an ace barrel. I can't remember what the feet were per second, but
1080.
Was it 1080?
It was right at 1080.
Yeah, it was 1080. Yeah, that shot really good. Got all dialed in. Oh, I got to tell my stupid story. So last night we were getting Brandon's rifle basically leveled, right? So when you put a scope on a rifle, you want to make sure that it's 90 degrees to the level of the rifle. And I'm like, oh, I need to test this one. Because I put it together in a hurry.
Using the wedge on the spur.
Using the wedge on the spur that you shouldn't use. And it was off by like 15 degrees. I mean, it was horrible. It was like, if this was the line we had, it was like that. It was bad.
Doing your cosines and sines.
Yeah, I basically might as well just turn the reticle to an X and like used it that way. Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty bad. So I like to show and tell about my stupidity so that hopefully somebody will learn something.
That's right.
And if you guys need to learn how to do it, I actually did a video. I was just too lazy to do it at the time. I was all excited because the scope showed up finally in the rifle and put it together too quick and ended up with that mess.
It happens.
It happens. You get all excited because it finally shows up. But other than that, that's about what it is. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Got any? I'm just glad you guys are down. It was fun to meet you, and we got to get knucklehead. And I got to talk about a giveaway that we're doing. Just so you guys. Oh, you're a military guy, so let me grab the stuff, and then I'll talk about it because I had quite a few people And there's a lot of names I still got to put in. So those of you guys that know, Vortex, nice enough to donate 2 red dots. So you can see the Crossfire and the Spark. We got this one's, and they're actually sent these to me to give out. And what's going on is Fisher House, you know, where they give the money to the military. So in order to win one of these, people are going to Fisher House. They're donating a certain amount of money. For every $10 that they donate, they get a ticket that goes into this bin.
That's pretty cool. And
then they have a chance to win. And then also, as you can see, I got some fire helmets up there. Those are actual trophies, but I did 31 years in the fire service. And I appreciate it. Thank you for your service. But you can also go to National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, donate, and all you have to do is donate. You send the money to those 2 organizations, but they give you a copy. You take a screenshot of it and email me that screenshot, and then depending on how much money you had, donated, you will get a certain amount of tickets. Goes in here, and then I'm probably going to do it again. I'm going to go to a drive-through, which I'll do live, and they'll actually pick it. A drive-through, like
Wendy's.
Like a Wendy's. I'll give them like options, and then the person that like whatever I order, yep, they're going to grab 2 tickets, and then those lucky individuals will win these 2 things. So it's pretty awesome.
Some of the guys in the Bullseye community are starting to use these. They're a little bit
the
cheaper.
red dots.
They're a little bit cheaper than the aim points.
They are. Yep.
And for shooting for 22, you don't, they don't need the G's of a 45.
Yeah.
So they're holding up pretty well.
What's nice about these, and I forgot to say, was these are the upgraded ones that are LED. So if you guys don't know, these are the newer version of them. They just kind of, I don't know if they just came out, but these are the new LED version. So the batteries last a little longer and blah, blah, blah. I don't know all the
and they come in a small dot, which is good.
Yeah, they got a 2 MOA dot, and this one has a 2 MOA as well. So you can actually do some pretty good accurate shooting with them. So pretty awesome. Those of you guys that are interested and you want to donate to the Fisher House for the military side of or you can do the fire side, and that is at National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. Go over and check those guys out, and if you can, donate, and then just make sure you send me the email of the picture of your donation. A lot of guys actually put both in, so they put like $50 in one and the other, and then so I thought that was pretty awesome. So wishing you guys luck that have donated so far, and we'll get to it. I want it to build up a little bit because that money, those 2 foundations are the top ones. Actual, like 98.9% of the stuff actually goes to the people that need it. So that's pretty awesome. But other than that, I think we'll have some fun. But yeah, I definitely want to get the word out on that so we can get these going. And I might even throw in a little magic something or other. I don't want to tell you guys what it is. And if you guys have some donations that you want to do as well, let me know. Send an email. Don't send me the product. I don't want the product because that's just more stuff I have to ship.
I make actually scope shades for these, so I'll throw in a set of scope shades for them.
Oh, really? Okay. Very cool. So you'll get a set of scope shades as well for these. And, the community, we really preach kind of on this little community that we have about getting people that are new out to shooting, taking your kids or your nieces and nephews and really getting Knucklehead over here to shoot his first 3-gun match, really just trying to get people to shoot. Doesn't matter the discipline.
Absolutely.
It's like, just go have fun, go shoot. We don't care which one you do.
If you don't exercise, you're right, you're going to lose it.
That's it. Definitely agree with that. But it's, it's fun. It's a good family fun experience. And I don't know, I'm just super, super excited that a lot of people are out. A lot of people that if I click on this, which I should see if there's any other questions out there.
See if anybody wants to donate a banana too.
He knows who butters his bread. That's right.
Has Rick seen Tacoma FD yet? I have not, Stan. Change from tea to coffee, and maybe that might put some hair on his chest. Cut it, tape it to the chin. Oh, yeah, that's good. I think that's for that was for Brandon, wanting a beard. Calling someone a
Totaler.
totaler fighting words. That's
Isyour6covered is the guy sent out the.
Oh yeah,
Firehouse.
yeah. Jerry Parker hooked us up. Is it firehouse.org though? I don't think that's it.
Oh, Fisher House and Firehouse.
Yeah, it's not. I don't
No,
think-
it's NFFF.
Yeah, it's nfff.org, I believe. It's National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. I put that one in, Jerry Parker. Oh, British teetotaler.
Oh, upon me.
Yeah, we got people from quite a few places. We got Tim Jordan out there. Welcome. The other Tim Davis. Had a chance to meet him and quite a few others on here. Wild Guy says autocorrect's working. You guys see any questions out there?
For anybody that joined late, you might want to introduce him. There's a couple of people that are asking who he is.
I'm
It's
nobody.
gone now.
I'm nobody.
Yeah.
That's right. This guy's, yeah. See?
Yeah, if you guys don't know, so
John
this is,
Shue.
yes, it is John
I hide
Shue.
my eyes for it.
There you go. But he is a he's got a bazillion trophies. Let's just say that in the world of shooting, and is most disciplined, your most distinguished discipline is bullseye shooting. So we're doing a little pistol action today, talking about some pistol stuff. So might as well plug yourself. We talked about your business and you building, pistols and 2011 stuff, but you are in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And let's say someone wanted to call you about some questions on maybe building some custom pistol. Where would they call?
They call either.
Like
Email.
website or what's
I
the
have an
best-
email, Jonathan, JONATHANESHUE@yahoo.com. First name, initial, last name.
Okay.
It's easy to get a hold of me. And I actually throw my phone number out there, 540-846-0086. You can call me at any time.
Don't say anytime.
Well, I'm not going to answer, but you can call me at any
Yeah,
time.
there you go. I was gonna say, I got a few buddies from all over the place. They're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was sleeping.
Yeah. I mean, if you call me at like 1 a.m, we're doing virtual shots.
Let's see.
Turn around on one of your custom pistols.
Yeah, honestly, it depends on availability of parts. Right now, I mean, availability of parts are pretty some can be scarce.
Yeah.
And also what the customer wants.
Of course.
If the customer wants some crazy bimetal.
I'm gonna drop some of this off.
But typically 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
That's about the turnaround time. That's about the wait period right now.
So in bullseye,
for Brandon, his guns 10 years.
10 years or so.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, you do any custom work for like 50-year-old free pistols?
I do. I do some TOS work, some TOS 35. Yeah. Free pistol work.
So for bullseye, what's the most common caliber?
Oh, by far, 45. ACP.
45 ACP.
Well, for NRA Bullseye, you shoot 3 different guns. The original 3 gun.
Okay.
They stole 3 guns. Stole that from us, back in the day. But you have to shoot a 22.
Okay.
You have to shoot a centerfire gun. AR is from 32 ACP all the way up to 45, and anything in between. So if you wanted to, you could shoot a 44 Magnum. I don't know why you would, but you could shoot that for centerfire.
What was your email again if somebody wants to contact you about a build? I'll go ahead and put this in the comments.
JONATHANE
Okay.
Shue, SHUE @yahoo.com.
Okay. So at yahoo.com. And then the telephone number if they need to contact you?
540.
What part of North Carolina are you located?
I'm in Liberty, North Carolina.
Okay, I know exactly where it's at.
I still have my you're right down the road. We shoot a lot of 540-546-0086. Yes, I know that's still Virginia Stafford number from when I was stationed at Quantico. I never changed it.
Nice. What's up, conservative sniper hunter? Yeah, so basically I was on in the beginning. We introduced John Shue here. Rick had to step out for just a moment, but it is a pleasure having somebody is double distinguished don't understand how hard it is to get a distinguished either rifleman's badge or any type of badge. And to have somebody that's a double distinguished is really a big honor. And because I chased that for a while when I was doing the high power rifle and getting leg points and everything else. And X amount had to come from Perry. And yeah, it is a long road. I think it's a little easier if you're on, let's say, the AMU team or the Marine Corps team, because that's what you're doing every day, and you're going to all a lot of commitment. And
back in the day, same thing with the Army team, but I know the Marine Corps in general. Before you even got to the big team, which there was a permanent duty station, you had to be distinguished in whatever discipline you were going to go shoot.
Okay.
Before you even got looked at. Now we just don't have the well, the uptick in the war after 9/11 really kind of put a squash on that, because we just didn't have the personnel.
Yeah.
But before that, it was very, I mean, like I said, you had to be distinguished before you became on the teams.
Yeah. So John, and I'm going somewhere with this. How old are you?
I just turned
40. So my question was going to be this, guys, we're talking about a subject that a lot of people might not be familiar with, because it's not your normal, okay, I'm going to shoot 3-gun, I'm going to shoot USPSA. And this started way back in the days of DCM, which is Division of Civil Marksmanship.
That's right.
And
now CMP.
And now it's CMP, but that's a private organization that basically bought out the DCM. And this was started way back in the day when, basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is when the government really wanted to kind of get all of society to be trained on firearms.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Correct. And okay, so basically they implemented this program that if you went
written in the law.
Yeah, if you shot a couple of matches, you could then send in your match book, and then for a small fee, you could get a rack, M1 Garand or a carbine or something like that. And back in the day, it was a huge deal, because they literally went to the armory, pulled one out, and gave it to you. You could get an M1C or M1D. You had no idea what you were going to get. And so it was really cool, and there was a small wait time for it. But then DCM was bought out by CMP, which is basically it's a business.
It is a business. Yeah.
And they do have some facilities. I think there's one down in Alabama.
Yep, Talladega.
Talladega's got one. And you can go into the store and buy them. And I think this is where all the 1911s were just released too as well. Do you think that DCM, CMP stuff has dwindled with regards to competitors? Because I remember they used to be huge back in the day, and now you don't hear much about it. I mean, is it own little subculture? What's going on with that?
No, it has lost a lot of its quote unquote muster.
Yeah.
And I think it really stems from the military side. So back in the day, civilians, a military person would come in, he'd retire, and then he would train civilians.
Yep.
That's how civilians got taught 3-gun and USPSA and all of that. Everyone. Side. 20 ago, that kind of switched. Now the military is going to civilians to learn how to shoot.
Correct. We noticed this with 3-gun when special operations started showing up at the 3-gun matches. You had Adams Arms bringing a lot of third group guys in and everything, because they were like, man, this is a great skill set.
So with that being said, you have that switch of, well, where is competition going?
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but competition is going into action sports. That's where most of the money is at.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just look at sales of ARs over, say, 5 years. Oh my God, it's incredible. 1911s will always have a place, a purpose, and I think one of the biggest things is the trigger. I mean, there's no better trigger.
That little short reset.
There's nothing better than a 1911 trigger. Yeah. I'm sorry, there's not.
I mean,
you
true statement.
True statement.
But like I said, get back to it. It's one of those things where the CMP is a very bullseye centric, nostalgia. So you have all those guns that are, the M1 Garand, the Kriegers, and the M1 carbines and all that stuff. It's cool, but it used to have a purpose. Like the AR now has a purpose.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is the current choice of.
Like right now, I'm not going to go grab the M1 carbine if something went down.
No. The only thing that, I really say that, it's probably bad, but the only thing that, M1 Garand is good for is that it doesn't care what's in its way.
Yeah.
It doesn't care. It's a 30-06 round. It doesn't care. At 200 yards, but it's outdated in today's warfare.
Yeah,
It just
by
is.
today's standards.
By
it is.
today's standards, it's just
Then
outdated.
the M14 came in, and everybody switched to that in
Right.
service rifle. But then I remember that getting replaced in the AR. You had Tubbs and everybody else that came onto the scene. They started winning out at Perry, and they're like, "You're doing this with a little mouse gun."
Right.
You didn't need the
You
308.
didn't need a 308 anymore. So like I said, that it's become where it's it's almost obsolete.
Yeah.
So that's where the numbers have dwindled down, and it's hard. I'll go back to the statement I had said earlier. It's the hardest sport we have.
Yeah.
No one. It's because it takes discipline. It takes extreme patience,
And it takes all day to shoot it,
All
and you're
day to
not
shoot it.
moving much.
and you're not moving
It
much.
seems like most of those were static disciplines with no movement, and it was a large commitment, whether if you're rifling, pulling butts.
And I think a lot of people, especially start getting into it, the macho type of man gets up there and he's like, oh, I got this, and I got this, and I'm good at this, I'm good at that. And then they go to Camp Perry and they get their ass handed to them by a
Absolutely.
14-year-old girl
Correct.
with a pink gun.
Yeah.
And not only hand it to them, like, you've never even picked up a rifle before.
Yeah.
When you're like, I'm a grown man. You just got your ass handed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it
That's
comes,
happened to us before.
Oh, absolutely.
My daughter. My daughter. We were talking about it
Yeah.
today. We went to a match.
She won both of us.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying one way or another. I'm just saying, like, it's so hard.
Yeah.
That the level of when you're at the top, that top 1%.
Yep.
Right. They're doing 100% of the winning, just
Yeah.
like in golf.
Yeah.
Top 1% of the golfers are doing 100% of the winning, and so then you have that intermediate error, like especially in rifle, where there's 100 guys that are really, really, really good. They're not quite at the top, but they're really, really good.
Yeah.
And so those numbers just keep on, they switch places
Yeah.
all the time.
Who had the better day?
Who had the better, right? And the margin of error is so thin in that competitive realm that it's not like a 3-gun, like where, you've got 20 guys probably in any given regional match or area match that can probably win that, right? Maybe. But then you have the next 300 guys. How far apart are they? Right.
Yeah.
If you look at
It's
the percent,
huge.
it drops off quick.
Yeah.
It drops off really quick.
You'll see 1,000, 900 something. All of a sudden, you see like 200. Yeah, exactly.
Right. So you have a lot of guys that are that can get better really quickly.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's exciting for them. It is a more dynamic. Exciting is a wrong word because it's a mental. Flash shooting is very mental. It's like chess, playing chess with yourself all the time.
Yeah.
3-gun's like playing checkers while doing coke. I mean, it's great. I love it.
Okay, I don't know where that came from.
But no, it's just it's
We
exciting.
call it NASCAR.
NASCAR.
Like it's like the NASCAR of shooting.
I would say more like rally.
Formula One.
Yeah,
Rally.
yeah, there you go.
Yes,
Yeah,
there you
Rally,
go.
because it doesn't. I mean, you can win on 3 wheels.
Yeah.
And
Heck yeah, you can.
Formula One, that persist. Yeah.
What about tomorrow when the wheels come off? Can I?
Oh no, that's where I'm involved. See, that's called train wreck. That's what we talked about railgun earlier. I'm the train wreck.
I think we're going to have a great time tomorrow. We've got a lot of new shooters. You've got Brandon down that's going to be shooting it. Rick and I haven't done anything since Nationals over a year ago. down in
Willard's
Florida.
first time.
Willard's first time.
Yeah.
We also have a lot of guys from Microtech showing up. So it's going to be a great event.
Yeah,
it's going to be in Old Fort, North Carolina. You guys might want to check it out one day. If you're on the fence about it or if you want to get into 3-gun, guys, you don't have to have the fancy equipment.
No.
Come out there with your Glock. Come out there with your base. And even if all you have is a pump, show up with a pump.
Yeah, who cares?
Just enjoy it.
There's
will
a lot
make
of
you
times
better
you can-
shooter, and you'll realize what your weaknesses are. Or it might put you in check as far as, hey, I'm a great pistol shooter, and you get out there and then you shoot at this target 15 times and it doesn't move, and you're like, you know what, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was.
Yeah, you're always funny because I came off of
Hey, I also recommend just shoot him an email if you don't have any.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say don't.
No. Shoot him an email, even if you don't have any gear, because you'll let anybody borrow all of your gear, right?
If
And
I'm
you're
there, if I'm there, I will. I'm not gonna like mail
I know.
$8
I know
worth of
he
shit.
would.
Yeah, if somebody ever contacts us at the match or anything, that was one of those things that I've always put out there. I'll let you use my gear.
You want to shoot my pistol, shoot my rifle, whatever. If it's your first time, we'll do anything to accommodate you. It's all about promoting, the two-way sports and being an ambassador for the sports. That's a huge thing with me. It's kind of like how I got this knucklehead in long-range shooting. He'd never done it. Now that's consuming his life. So, anyway.
Oh,
What? You forgot about it consuming your life? I'm going to let you have your chair back.
no,
Go right ahead. Hey, it was a pleasure, John.
No, you don't. Nice. All right. Anyways, what are we at right now? We're at an hour. Yeah. See, the connection. What I just noticed is that's not even plugged in. So who knows how great our internet is. But other than that, we're gonna finish up tonight early. I got 300 rounds of 9mm I gotta make, and it was a super pleasure to meet you. And thank you very much. And why you stand up now? I'm not as tall as I thought I was.
Well, you had me on the short chair.
No, they're safe. But anyways, you guys have a wonderful night. Be safe. Sorry we didn't get to the comments much. For some reason, this whole thing's all
20 pounds, doesn't it?
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. Look at this. Bam! That's where I store. All right, you guys. You have a safe night. Go shooting tomorrow if you can, and we will see you on the next one.
Super Fidelis.
Yes.